Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about PHP, Hypertext Preprocessor or Pre-Hypertext Processor. So, before we start the PHP programming, let's take a look what is the definition of PHP itself. Definition. So this is PHP. You can find information about PHP. It's popular general purpose scripting language, blah blah blah. This is programming language that's usually used by the web developer. It's a very easy, very simple. You can learn it right way. So in order to code PHP, you need an application that quite well known. It's a very famous application, which is XAMPP, or some people call it SAM. So you need to download the SAM first. Download, just type that on Google. And then you will open this from the Apache friends.org. Click download XAMPP. Okay. Wow, the internet is not pretty fast. Download XAMPP. Alright, you can choose which one. You can use this one, or you can have the latest version of PHP 7.4.3. You can download this, but I'll suggest you to download this one. Okay. And if you run Linux, you can use this, and if you're Mac OS user, you can download either one. Okay, let's continue. Because I use Windows, I'll click here and I'll wait for the download to be finished, and just click download. Okay, actually I already downloaded the file and I already installed the application. After you install the XAMPP, you will see things like this. Okay, so just install that, and after that just open XAMPP. Just click start here and type XAMPP, and then click that XAMPP control panel. Okay, and then click start. Okay, awesome. Now the program is start. Now let's open Mozilla Firefox. After you finish install it and you click start here on XAMPP control panel, you can try to run localhost from your browser, and this is what you'll have: localhost/dashboard, and you'll get this information: XAMPP, Apache plus MariaDB, which is MySql, the community version, PHP, and Perl. We don't use Perl at the moment, but we'll focus on PHP. So if you already install the application and you try to access localhost from your browser and you can see this looks website, then congratulations, you already installed the XAMPP and you're good to learn, and you're good to try your PHP code right in your computer. Okay, it's already start. Okay, now when you run, every time you run localhost from your browser, the PHP will take file. Okay, it will take your program which located in C. It really depends on where you install the application. In my case, I install it in C XAMPP. Okay, and your web application will be saved here in htdocs. So localhost dashboard, and this is the real address of it. See, C XAMPP, htdocs, and dashboard. Okay, now we're going to create a new folder. Let's say right click in it and click new, and wow, this is very slow. Okay, click folder, new folder. Okay, we will rename the folder. We'll name it, let's say, learn PHP. All right, let's open that. And we're gonna change this localhost into localhost/learn PHP as well. Now, as you can see, you'll get no files here. So you need to create a new file in learn.php, which is the index file of PHP. Index.php. So right click and choose new, and then click text document, and then you will select all of the name, and then type index.html, not HTML, but PHP. Yes, change it. Awesome. Now the file has been changed to, wow, the text is so small. Okay, so we will code this index.php, but before that, we already put a new file index.php inside learn.php. So let's reload this file, and as you can see now, there's nothing here because the localhost learn.php load this file directly, index.php. Okay, now let's open the file. You can right click and click open with code, or Visual Studio Code. Okay, let's wait for a moment. So the Visual Studio Code is here. It's still loading. Awesome. So here's our text editor. We already opened that file, and I'll move this to the right and the text editor in the left. And then you can type, in order to start a new PHP file, you need to open the PHP syntax, which is less than sign and then question mark followed by PHP, and you'll need to enter, you need to close it by typing question mark and greater than sign. Alright, save that, and then when you reload this, you will get nothing. Okay, now this is the first thing that usually programmer do before they become an expert. They need to write this, which is we need to show something on the screen on the browser. So let's type something like hello world. This is a magical word. Anyone who loves programming needs to write that. Reload the page, and as you can see now, we have the hello world here. Okay, now that's the very basic things about PHP. We can output a text in it in the browser, or we can output number as well. So save that and reload the page, and now you can see 1. Okay, that's a very basic things about PHP. You can output a name of variable by using echo. This is a value. Okay, you can output a value using echo. Okay, so the first thing that we need to learn in PHP is data type, but the data type in PHP pretty much we don't really use this so often, because it's you can either use it or not, but usually people won't use it. If you program a code that doesn't require a very specific things to do, like a very big project, sometimes you will use the type of data like integer things here, but usually we don't use that in PHP. So when you want to tell the computer that you want to create a variable, let's say the variable name equals name. Don't forget to put this, okay? And semicolon. Let's say my name is Arif, and save it. We reload the page and nothing's happened because we didn't put echo in it. So let's put echo. Type echo followed by the variable name. Just copy it and paste here. Don't put semicolon and reload the page, and now you have Arif. Okay? This one is a variable, and when you put string, this is string, okay? When you put string, which is text, in a variable, then the variable will automatically become a string type. It's a string type. And let's say I want to create a variable h, and it equals, let's say 20, 25, let's say. Save it and reload the page. Nothing's happened. And okay, just change it to h, save and reload the page, and now you have 25. So the first variable is string variable, and the second variable is an integer variable. Okay, and another type of data type in PHP, we call it boolean. So let's write something here. So you need to remember, so you can remember when you write the things. Data type. Okay. Integer, string, boolean. Okay. Now we are going to create a new variable. Let's say is married. Okay. Is this guy married or not? And then I'll say no or false. Just write false. Is married. So Arif that is 25 years old is not married yet. So you type false here. Okay. So let's echo the is married variable. Load the page, and what you see is nothing. What you see is nothing because it is a boolean. It is a boolean. But if you want to check what is the value of this variable is married, you can type for dom and type is married. Save it. Don't forget to put semicolon in front of it. Reload the page, and as you can see, it will tell you that the type of data is boolean, and the value of the file of the variable is false. Okay, so we have integer, we have string, we have boolean, and we have what else? Decimal. What is decimal? Double. We call it double. Okay. For example, if you want to put decimal number, for example, pi equals 3.14. Save it, and let's check what type of data is that. Pi. Save it and reload the page. Oh, sorry, it's not double, but it's float. The data type of decimal stuff is float. Okay, so this is not double, it's float. All right. And okay, let's check the name. What type of data that it is. Name. Save it. Reload the page, and it is string, just like what I said before. It is a string, and the value is Arif. And then let's check the age. h. Save it and reload the page, and you have integer by the value 25. Okay, that's the data type and variable stuff. So I will tell you again. This is a variable, this is the value, and this is the data type. Data type is the value, data type of the value of your variable. So if you create a value by the name of variable name, and then you put quotation mark like this, double quotation mark, then this is a string. Okay, and then if you create a variable and you put none of this quotation mark, you don't put quotation mark, and it is a number, and the number is integer, not decimal, then we will call it integer. And if you create a variable and you put the value of it as false or true, we call it boolean, because the value is yes or no, false or true. And if you create a variable and you put decimal number in it, then you call it a float. Okay, so now we got an equation. Why do we have to know data type of string? Why we differentiate all of them? Why we just don't have to know about that? Why do we need to understand that? Why do you put string? Why we use string? Why we need to differentiate number from string? Why do we have false and true? Why do we have float? The reason is when you create a calculation or you are concatenating text. So, for example, if you want to add 25 by arif, you cannot do that because arif is not a number. Okay, in order to add a number, if you want to have a new number, for example, you want to add, let's say, want to output it here, so equal 1 plus 2. Okay, you will have 3 here. Okay, let's reload the page, and you will have 3 here. Okay, but if you want to add 1 by my name is or arif, you cannot do that. You'll just have 1 plus nothing equals 1, because this is text. You cannot add 1 with text. You cannot do that. The same way works when you are concatenating, when you are connecting two words. If you want to connect two words, you can do things like this. HD, let's say that, arif HD. You can do that. Arif HD. It will connect the words. Okay, but if you put variable in it, you cannot do that. It will tell you parse error, syntax. You cannot do that here. Okay, or even variable. If we put variable h here, you cannot do that. It will show you. Okay, actually, it works for it is concatenating, not additional. So if you want to add number, in order to have a new number, you need another number. Okay, so this is we use the number we use. The string usually we use that to show text, and variable integer we use that to do the mathematical stuff like 1 plus 2 or plus 3, and boolean stuff we use it usually in if you have an if statement, true or false. If he is married, then show this. If he's not married, then show that. That's how you use boolean. And and float, it's quite the same like integer, only you have decimal point in it. Just that's the difference. So what else? So maybe some people, after I tell you this, after I show you all this stuff, some people might not understand what the definition of the variable. Okay, I'll tell you what a variable is. So every time you create a new variable in a program, for an example in PHP, you create a variable name. So this is the name of the variable, and you put the value in it. Automatically, when you create a new variable, the system, the computer, will save a space in your memory to remember the name of a new variable. And when you put a value in it, the value will be stored to this variable. So it will create a new variable and it will save it to your memory and your computer, and it will store the value of that variable in your computer. And every time you want to call the new name, then we just need to call variable name. We don't have to call arif, because maybe we want to change the name. For example, people might falsely write my name like Arif, and then I want to change it to, let's say, echo name. Okay, save it. Sometimes people might wrongly type my name, but type my name wrongly as Arif, and then I need to change it to Arif, just Arif, and reload the page. Okay, you can do that by typing the variable name. But if you type directly Arif here and you reload the page, it won't be changed, because the things that you are outputting is directly the value that you are outputting here, not calling any variable. Okay, the correct way is by calling the variable name. Reload the page, and this is what you got. Okay, I think that's all of it for today's PHP tutorial. I will show you more information in the future about PHP, because we can dive more and more. There are so many things we can learn from PHP. We can connect PHP with HTML. We can generate CSS using PHP. We can send from and accept the value of a form by using PHP, and many other things we can do in PHP. So we'll see you in the next video. And what do you think, or what do you want to learn about this after watching this video? Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to share this video, and see you again in another video, in the next video. Bye bye. This is me, Arif.